I hope you had a chance to glance at our previous video where we played through a bunch of presets that are available in the Harmonium. We also looked at how you can use these onboard presets. It's these with the 3 dots. How you can use those to quickly set a sound that's completely yours. In the next few videos though, I want to look at the individual pages. I want to see what parameters they have on and how we can use all of them. The instrument page is where you can set the basic function and sound of the instrument. The first control we have on it is the color. It sets the timbre of the instrument, but it also changes the range. So dark will go down the lowest, it'll go down to a G, normal will go down to a C above that, and bright will go down to an F above that still. The same is true on the other side. Bright will go up the highest, and normal will go up, or dark will go up the lowest. Let's hear what those sound like. So let's turn the dynamics up and the swell up, just so you can hear it more clearly. There's dark, here's normal, and here is bright. The first tab is function. Velocity influence lets us change how much each note is affected by how hard you pressed it. Putting it up a little bit higher lets you bring out a melody above an accompaniment, for instance, but when you turn it all the way down, all the notes will sound at the same volume regardless of how hard you press them. Sample offset lets us cut into the sample a little bit, and this adds a bit of responsiveness. The Harmonium, especially at lower dynamics and swell levels, has a very beautiful, breathy attack, but this can be a bit problematic when you're trying to play something fast because the note hasn't completely engaged yet by the time that you've moved on to the next note. So to overcome this, you turn up the sample offset, and that cuts into the sample a little bit and allows for a more responsive playing. I'll show you what I mean. So at 0%, we mostly just hear the key noises and the releases. But if we turn the sample offset up, now we start to hear the actual attack of this instrument. So let's keep it in the middle. Dynamic lag seeks to emulate the fact that when you push the bellows on the Harmonium, it slowly fills the reservoir, and when you stop pushing them as hard, the reservoir then has to deplete. And this means that the dynamics can't actually happen in real time with the Harmonium. And so if we turn dynamic lag up a little bit, we play something and we move the dynamic, you'll see that this dynamic lag emulates the time it takes for the reservoir to fill and deplete. If you prefer to be able to control the dynamics in real time without any lag, you can just simply turn this down. The next tab here, levels, lets us set the volume for the sustain, release, and key noise samples. We can also turn off and purge the key noise and releases. So let's hear what the sustains sound like on their own. Let's turn the swell up a little bit. And let's go back to normal color, actually. And with key noises, just a bit of realism, and releases. You hear the releases at the end. Okay, the next page is the layers. There's actually nine sustain samples recorded for each note, 3 dynamics and 3 swell. And that can add up very quickly in terms of processing power. So you'll see that most of the presets we've made only use 2 dynamics, and with 2 dynamics, then you have 6 layers playing at the same time. Let's quickly look at what all of the different layers sound like. So this is the lowest dynamics and lowest swell. And to hear this more clearly, let's turn off key noises and releases. Now if I turn the swell up all the way, and now let's move on to the next dynamic level with the swell all the way down, with the swell all the way up, and the final dynamic layer with the swell all the way down, and the swell all the way up. Now I'm going to engage all the different layers, and then we can crossfade between them and hear what effect they all have. So here, let's do the swell first. And then let's do the dynamics. And the swell again. So this gives you a lot of control over the instrument with only those two sliders already. The last tab on this page is the envelope. It's a standard attack, decay, sustain, release. You can change the attack time here. Just fade it in slowly. Let's go back and let's turn just this on. The attack slowly. Then the sustain is the level that it rests at after the decay. So if the decay is 200 milliseconds, it'll sound like this. And you can do anything in between as well. And the release is how fast the sound decays after you let go. We have given the option to tempo sync it here. So you can see you can change between 64th, 30 seconds, 16ths, etc. You can also make any of them dotted or triplets with these buttons here. And so that's all that we have in the instrument page. Keep following to the next video, the vibrato video, to find out more.